Hey guys, welcome back to another video. And is it me or has this market just got bipolar? It doesn't know what it wants to do. Bitcoin, it doesn't know what it wants to do. It wants to push up to the upside, then it gets smacked straight back down. But obviously, right now is quite important because obviously we're sort of like correlated with the stock markets, and maybe that's because all the ETFs that we've had now is obviously brought us more close to whatever the markets do. So if the stock markets are really dumping down, then obviously it's going to drag us down, and if it pumps up, we just go sideways. I'm only joking, but yeah, in this video I will be talking about the general crypto because we've got something very important happening this Friday. But I also want to be talking about also CRO and crypto.com because the CEO did tweet yesterday and he did mention the word sell, which made me think, should I sell? But I'll get into that in just a little bit. But we can see this, all the altcoins are down, a lot of altcoins are down 80%, 70%, 60%. BitGet token there, still up 273%, holding up there. Why isn't CRO doing that? Why is CRO keep on dumping down? So we know there's a lot of manipulation in the market at the moment from a lot of crypto exchanges apparently are manipulating the market, as well as probably a lot of whales as well. And maybe it's Donald Trump manipulating the market too. But like I said, we've got some very exciting news happening this week. But what we could do is go straight to Miles, and just as I said, it's like bipolar. He says Bitcoin, this is 95k to 78k, 92k to 82k, 90k in 5 days. This literally is wild, and it's just like the market is absolutely bipolar. But we have got some very important data coming in for Friday. We've got in here, we've got Justin, the Commerce Secretary of President Trump, will unveil a Bitcoin reserve strategy at the White House Crypto Summit. Now, it's all exciting news, but I would be very, very careful just in case something isn't mentioned about the Bitcoin reserve strategy. It might not be mentioned at all. So you just got to take all this with a pinch of salt and have a plan, because like I said, you just don't know what's going to happen. They could mention it and we start rocketing up to the upside, or they don't mention anything, it could come down to the downside, or buy the rumor, sell the news kind of event, or vice versa, psychological vice versa. So just be aware of that. So is this just going to be Bitcoin only, or are we still just going to get a crypto reserve, which, as we all know from the tweet on Sunday from Donald Trump through social media, who mentioned ADA, Solana, XRP, and other potential coins as well. But we do know one of the biggest bulls in crypto, in the Bitcoin area, is obviously Michael Saylor. So we know Michael Saylor has been invited to the Digital Asset Summit at the White House this Friday, hosted by the president. So this is going to be a very, very interesting event indeed. And while we see that as well, we do see the Bitcoin supply on exchanges is shrinking. So we do know that a lot of people, a lot of institutions are buying in, but obviously people like BlackRock are buying on behalf of their clients. So a lot of people forget this. They think, oh, it's just Bitcoin holding it. They're basically, with BlackRock, they're buying it for their clients. The clients can issue them to sell the ETF if they want to. So just bear that one in mind as well. But we can see, this is Kyle Dupes here, mentions here, a trade war drama is hitting new levels. So we know now, going in, we know there's a trade war and it is affecting the market. It's giving a lot of uncertainty, potential inflation risks as well. But he says here, Trump says, if Canada retaliates, he'll hike the tariffs even more. Now, we know Canada came out yesterday and basically mentioned these tariffs and basically said, we're going to counter that with over $100 billion Canadian dollars worth of potential trade tariffs going above. So, but we also know China straight up says they're ready to fight, tariff war, trade war, whatever. A recession risk for 2025 just jumped to 43%. Meanwhile, the US Commerce Secretary hints Trump might roll back tariffs on Canada and Mexico. This is only heating up fast. Let's see how it plays out. And obviously, this is giving a lot of uncertainty to the markets, hence why we've seen Nvidia, Palantir, and the NASDAQ, and a lot of stocks actually pushing down in price. But one token that has absolutely been sliding down in price, and that is the CRO token, which is obviously the native token of crypto.com and also Cronos as well. And we could have a quick look at the chart. Not going to get too much into detail in this. there's nothing else to report, really. It's just been a sloping downward spiral. That's what's been happening, because a lot of people have been hoping that we're going to get some burns and nothing's come back. So we did have a nice wick up the other day, which took us up to 0.10 and then straight down as normal. We get absolutely hammered down to the downside. And right now, we're hitting those lows from back over in November of 2024. We've sort of hit two areas of wicks, you can see here at the moment, which could well be classed as maybe a double bottom. Are we going to make a way up? But obviously, this is all to do with whatever Chris, the CEO, or Cronos chain decide to do. Obviously, if we had an announcement of a burn, then obviously I could see us rocking up. But at the moment, it doesn't seem very likely, because obviously we've got Chris here, which is basically mentioned regarding the monthly update. But on top of that, which is more importantly, I think at the moment, is he says he tweets out, building sustainable flows on the demand side is essential to long-term success in the altcoin market. Multiple irons in the fire on the front. People who do not agree that this is the right approach are free to vote and free to sell. We all stay laser focused on building towards new all-time highs. So what's he meaning for all-time highs on that? I don't know. It seems like, for me, it's a bit of a riddle. And you can see Francis Wong here, he says, in certain times, leaders need to communicate more and inspire. Leaders have to share their vision and help their followers understand, tell them everything will be okay. Haters will hate, but the leaders need to help those who are in the fence before they fall off. Because at the moment, this is just like a riddle to me personally. And it's a bit concerning where you can go, and why would the president, when you got here on the Cronos chain, quarterly burn formula based on prices, is this going to still happen? That's what I'm asking. Is this going to still happen or not? Because like I said, this 2021 burn that we had, this $70-odd billion burn we had, there's going to be sort of like, could well be bringing this back if the vote goes through in their favor. Now, obviously, we just got to bear that one in mind. So everything is basically watching out for later on in this March to see what the vote comes out. If it's going to be yes or no. So it's very careful on what we're going to watch for, because at the moment, I just think it's crazy that how you can absolutely reverse a burn that happened in 2021. So really, a burn doesn't mean, if they can do that, then the burn, in my opinion, means absolutely nothing anyway, because they just go back and just revert it. So I thought when a burn happens, that's it. It's gone forever. Doesn't seem like it, because like I said, I've covered all this yesterday, and you can see here, I'll go through it again. The community is invited to vote on bold plan to restore Cronos' golden age with a massive investment, allocate support Cronos roadmap, an American ambition to become a world crypto capital. To support the goal, the Cronos Strategy Reserve will be established via reversal of the 2021 bid. I just don't like this at all. I'll be honest with you. I do not like this at all. I really felt like selling. I'll be honest with you. I did. I haven't sold, but I really do feel like selling, because all I've seen is my coin, the coin, CRO, just drop down. When we saw BitGet coin pump into or whatever, and then you see Binance coin pump. I wish I bought Binance coin back in 2020, but I didn't. I bought CRYPTOCOMs, but it is what it is. You learn and that. But I'm not selling anything, because I'm going to see what happens later on this month in terms if he gets passed or not, and what Chris has got to say. I want Chris to come out with an AMA. I want him to do an AMA. None of these riddles. I want him to come out, do an AMA, or do a decent thread. Not little paragraph of a riddle. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comments below. But anyway, enough of that. Let's have a look at Bitcoin. Bitcoin at the moment, we wicked straight down to that 20 EMA, bounced off that, and now basically we created an umbrella here, and then basically made our way back up to the upside. So also, we're coming up to a line of resistance at the moment, the blue line here, as we can see here. So we've retested that, like I said, retested that 200 EMA, trying to get above that 20 EMA. Obviously, it's all going to be depending what happens on the stock markets today. And obviously, so we have got non-farm payrolls happening in the US today, which can actually be a market mover. But also on Friday's a big one as well. We've got unemployment data also coming out, with Jerome Powell also doing a speech as well. So we just got to be prepared for that. Obviously, these are market movers. I am watching the Dixie at the moment, because the Dixie has sort of like come back down to 105 now. And obviously, it's been rejected and coming down towards the downside. But as we can also see as well, we can also see the stock markets like Nvidia have come down quite significantly from the 154 dollar mark, down to 170. We got Palantir as well, which has come down from $124 down to $84. We did hit a low of around about $79. So a lot of the stock markets, crypto have been hit pretty heavy. It's all about seeing what happens this week in terms of Donald Trump, who mentions anything else about tariffs, and also the data coming out of the US as well, and also see what Jerome Powell also mentions too. So like I say, smash that like button and give a subscribe, and take care, and I'll see you soon in the next video.